So obviously, I talk about this quite a bit. I don't like, well, American white people, and I can really see the racism so like glaringly. But I've talked about this with people, and obviously, my many different therapists that I've had, and then of course we discuss my beautiful black daughter. Malcolm X is the man. What's up? Oh my God, he would be so like just not a big deal today, But what he was doing and loving people, an intense love for whites, in the 50s, it'd be like early 60s. Just, it's not really like whatever. Really, the reason why we are where we are today with the integration, he didn't want the integration, but is because of the great efforts by who eventually kind of turned into martyrs. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which I'm not as much into him as I am Malcolm X, and of course Malcolm X. But look at me, like where I am, being disabled. We have the Civil Rights Act of 1965, and of course 1973, American Rehabilitation Act, and then of course George H.W. the 1991, I think, the Americans with Disabilities Act. So it's like these white people who go back even 1920, these men like all of a sudden, well, we're going to let women vote. I'm not into voting though. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's like the whole system of America. It's like whatever. Like so, okay, we made some advancements with letting women vote, and then all of a sudden blacks and everything else, whatever. I guess the everything else would be like this whole issue of like California. I guess certain parts of letting. I don't know how it would be like. There's if you're not it's just new to me. You're not a citizen. Certain requirements if you want to be in this membership, this club, the United States of America. You got to have like some kind of citizenship or something like that. But anyway, just put it out there. I'm only more than 2 minutes into this. That one of the glaring things that I saw at Narcotics Anonymous meetings where I've gone, and not just NA but AA as well. Now I mean I've seen it also in Hawaii. So you're not going to see many blacks. It's not representative of the community. I had an issue with that as well with the churches. But okay, so here I am in Daytona Beach, literally Daytona Beach proper. So we've got really, really close to a majority. It's like I think it's about 40% black. That's what I like so much about Daytona Beach, but at the same time, it's like I got to realize that just like Malcolm X said, I am white, so it's like I got to understand the fact that these white people are such low class motherfuckers that like why would I be thinking that I can be in the presence of black man or black woman, So, but the thing is, like, the issue I have with Narcotics Anonymous, I see so much fucking white supremacy in it. They have this idea that, okay, and the what do you call those things? The good sponsors are the ones that are like leading people into, okay, well, you're gonna get into marriage. They're basically substituting different like mental illnesses. The whole smoking weed thing and cigarettes, all that kind of stuff is an extreme, mental illness. I gotta put my books up. That's a good spot for my books back there, along the wall or something. So there's so much like we're gonna take you under our system, our race of. I don't know how much. I know the whole lot is about this Bill guy who started this whole thing. It was another dude in Akron, Ohio, back in the day. But obviously, back in the day was we have extreme racism today, obviously, but it was a different kind of racism back then. I mean, it was weird, like the way they segregated, like, what the fuck? I mean, you couldn't, like here I am in Daytona Beach, big deal, you couldn't, blacks couldn't go, well, there's actually a what do you call that thing? A railroad track that goes through this Daytona Beach Municipal Golf Course here. I'm on this golf course, and then of course, God, this view, man. I'll just show it to you. There's gonna be some my noodle hanging over the chair. I don't usually do that, but and then swimming pool, like Michael Jordan. He's in a swimming pool, and all the fucking white people got out. Like, dude, I mean, well, we didn't know that he was going to be Michael Jordan at the time, but I mean, it's like, what the fuck is with these people? But anyway, I see this domineering thing whereby, you know, even the not the Philippines, the Hawaiian Islands, okay, the Filipinos are the ones who are like looked at as the way the whites in this mainland see blacks. My family is just brutal against Arabic people, and obviously, like I said, the blacks. But I mean, it goes deeper. It's just Latinos. They're just weird, man. They don't like themselves, though, you know. So, the problem that the people have with, you know, I'm wondering if I'm looking at this right now, I'm thinking about my family, okay, so maybe I don't like white people because I've seen my family and how them being white and how just destructive they are. I'm surprised they've lived so long, most of them too. Just a bunch of drug users, alcoholics, and just complete mess ups across the board. They're just sick all the time. They worship these fuckers like Craig Elo, the city of Cleveland. You know, obviously Mark Price, Kevin Love. Like, Kevin Love's the reason why they won the championship. Thank you, LeBron James. Thank you, my awesome Kyrie Irving. What's up? Yeah, you know, I mean, Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith and Timothy Mozgov. What a fucking joke. And he's a Euro, so he's cool. I mean, you know, big difference in these fucking domineering folk. So that's the thing. It's like, you know, I saw what I've seen, and not as many blacks in the meetings, and they know. They have great discernment. They know what's up. They know where they're welcomed. And I got the same thing with churches too. It's like you're in an area where it could be predominantly black, or it could be just here. It's only 40%, I think, somewhere in there, black, and we don't even have maybe 1-2 blacks at a time in a home group in which I've been involved. It's in Daytona Beach. At the very most, I may have seen 5 blacks at a meeting of maybe, like, you know, 35 to 50 people, 60 people. It's weird, right? So they know what's up, and I really look at the Filipinos and the blacks, and whatever the situation might be. So that's big. They just want you to go along in their lifestyle, whatever they think that you should be doing. They want you to work. You're going to get a job, and you're going to get married. Which both of these things is actually great symptoms of narcissism and OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Weird, right? Grace. Wow, I'm up over 9 minutes. So just look around, though. You can get a feel for it, and really the readings. It's about white. It's a big thing that people don't really want to talk about today. And of course, oh, you know what? I wonder what we should talk about with regard to. There have been a few gay. I think there have been 1 or 2 gay readings. That's interesting. And they just want 1 and 1. Like I'm polyamorous, and it really it's mentally stronger for me. Mentally the strongest for me. I don't care if we go over 10 minutes. I'm just kind of thinking. I like to just really be as candid as possible in these videos. And then out of nowhere, like, you know, a year from now, maybe it'll shoot up to 5 million views. and that means people are really looking into this stuff, and there's actually a reason for people going to my. I like my everything I do just be organic. Like, I don't want to say something just to get somebody's attention. But hey, this is out there, and we can look back on it. It's not working. I mean, it's good that we're looking at ourselves too with regard to the taking inventory. I've heard one man, I really like him a lot in many ways. He talked about how he was always having an issue with regard to racism. And I should have as well, because I was raised that way, but I just somewhat way, I just like, maybe I saw that the disgust of my family, how like how fucking outrageous they were, and mad at me for my getting my Ice Cube, the Predator album. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. This is like Rodney King thing. It's like, this is not cool, man. And they're mad at me because I got the Predator by Ice Cube. White people are extreme perpetrators. They know how to try to... See, the thing about the Hawaiian Islands, in the 1800s, these missionaries and their OCD-ness, they went off to the Hawaiian Islands to evangelize. I think it's more of a mental illness than, a successful way of loving people. All right, let's just go ahead and finish this off. I just can ramble, I guess, at this point. But yeah, I can't deny the fact that I see this, and I look for these things because I've seen it in the churches, and it's like, what the fuck? I like Joel Osteen's church because it does represent the people of Houston more than just him being white, his wife being white. And well, Bill Winston, I mean, I've gone out there, and it is an area where it's predominantly black in that western part of Chicago. I was probably one of maybe one other person who was white, and then of course me. So, but yeah, the blacks they're just very, very welcoming and respectful compared to these fucking white people. So, yeah, I got some issues with that. So anyway, we out.